keep getting kicked for this cheating bug. I don't know what the hell it is.
Can you get an eye or yeah, no, yeah?
I'm gonna try and get back in.
Let's see. Fuck. I don't know what's going on here. It's not showing the game now at all for me. Man.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't showing for me. Yet I can do it on my own screen, my own thing.
Weird. I think, can you check in the Discord just to see what
So I think on the stream the boys you can hear me twice. And we are live. Just a little bit slower or later than scheduled, but better late than never. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new season of Slipstream League Racing's Formula 2 division. It's TipsyBob here, joined with Chief, and we'll be bringing you all the thrills and spills of today's action. Also joining us today, by popular request, and potentially a one-off appearance, is today's gatekeeper of everything chat-related. It's the one and only Kitsune.
Hello, everyone. I must say I am very happy to be Tipsy and Chief personal assistant today. I hope you enjoy the race. If you have any comment or question, then simply let us know on the chat.
Absolute legend. So what do you think of that, Chief?
Damn, that accent's going to attract all the viewers.
So I think it's a one-shot qualifying. If I can try and run through quickly the basis of Formula 2, it's a little bit different than Formula 1, and I had to kind of educate myself. So I'll try and run down it before qualifying's over. So Formula 2 uses many of the same rules and regulations as Formula 1, but there are some important and significant differences to be aware of. So the first difference is the race format. So an F1 race has one long race, whereas Formula 2 is split into two separate races. Okay, so you have one longer race, usually known as a feature race. Then there's a shorter sprint race. And both races award points based on where you finish. So points are also awarded for pole position and fastest lap. So you'll get 4 points for pole position and 2 points for fastest lap. Now this is when things get a little bit interesting because the grid order for the shorter sprint race is determined by the driver's finishing positions in the feature race. However, the first 8 drivers get their positions reversed. So if, for example, not to labour it, but in the feature race, if the guy finishes the race in first place, then on the sprint race, he'll start 8th, and then the guy in second will start 7th, third will start in 6th. So that's the basics for that.
Okay, sorry, I think we have the first problem here. Apparently, Tipsy's voice has an echo.
Oh dear. Right, I'll work on that. If you guys want to just focus on what's happening on track.
Yeah, sure. I wonder, Chief, would that be coming through your sound somehow? It's coming through.
Yeah, maybe that be. Let me know if it gets any better. I'll just try and adjust a few things, but let's see. I think it's actually coming. It's feedback coming from my mic headphones. But I see Light Cruiser has put it on pole so far. He's top dog. It's worth mentioning we have actually had a few technical issues. This is the second time we've done the one-shot quali, and Light Cruiser. Actually, it was Pretorius came first last time, and Pretorius is 8th for this time, so he will not be happy about that restart. But you know, these things happen. It is what it is.
But there was another wee thing about the Formula 2 system in terms of the pit stops. The pit stops I've noticed are slower than, they take longer than a regular Formula 1. I think a regular Formula 1 in this game takes around about 2.3 seconds, something like that there. And whenever I did the pits, it was around 6 seconds. So that's another thing. Also, if the race is wet or if it's a bit damp, in Formula 1, you normally get a choice between an intermediate and a wet, whereas in Formula 2, you don't get that choice. You've only got one wet tyre, and it's just wet tyre. So that's another difference between them.
Yeah, and we are on dynamic weather, so it is very possible that it may rain, although it doesn't look like it according to the load-in screen here.
It would be a bit bizarre to see rain in Bahrain, but
Rain in Bahrain. It has happened once, I think, on the real F1, but
it has, yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, if there is an echo issue there, it's going to persist throughout the stream. Unfortunately, we'll need to work on that afterwards. Hopefully, it's not too mind-numbing. I don't know why it looks like this lobby is stuck again. So F2 is very, very buggy. I've noticed that as well, and we're running a few practice sessions through the week, and there was a few things came up. Like you were just getting weird time penalties. you weren't getting the message on screen to say you got a time penalty, and just various other kind of like for example, you can't change your fuel load in qualifying or practice, just in the race.
Hmm.
Very strange.
Well, I don't know whether there's any significance, but I know the last one froze, and our Barzy, he was failed to load, and it seems to be the situation again. So I don't know whether Barzi's connection is lagging it, or if it's just F2 Formula system is just bugged. Hmm.
We're gonna have to ask him to leave politely, I think. Let's have a look. Let's see.
I don't know how it's going on the stream as well, but for me, you kind of cut out a few times.
I cut out. Okay, so technical issues galore. Awesome.
Tipsy's voice is perfect now. Apparently, the echo is gone.
Hey.
My voice has always been perfect. I mean,
well, I think echo would not be better because it's almost like twice.
you hear it twice, yeah.
So Barzi
there we
has
are.
left the session now, so it looks like we may well be going live. Finally, let's start. I'm going to say 5 lights flash out very quickly there.
Yeah.
They are off, so Lycos is in the lead heading down to the first corner. Looks like he's got a good enough start. Edrinov in second, Danko third.
Oh! I don't know if that was a bit of a lag or something, but a guy just literally drove over someone who was a wimpy and enemy killer, seemed to have drove right through each other. Yeah, it's quite a bit of lag on my screen.
Yeah, seeing that on my screen as well. Thimo having a wee bit of a battle here with enemy killer, it looks like. Enemy killer's ghosted and lagging really hard. This is crazy, the amount of lag there is here.
Yeah, enemy killers and wimpy.
Oh god. Yeah, it's, I mean, these cars,
Sorry, Head of Stevie's well off into the gravel, and he comes back again in behind the team.
Yeah, I did expect this. It's the first race in this new series, and these cars, the handling is so much different than an F1 car, and there's so much. I mean, they are in essence a bit easier to control, but at the same time, it is very easy to lose it.
I think Kitty has some updates on the chat. What's happening in the chat, Kitty?
Apparently, Chief is too quiet now.
Hey. Yeah.
But is that really a problem? Like,
okay, hopefully that'll help it a wee bit, but the echo may come back, unfortunately. So Light Cruiser's still in front with Daniko in second, 1 second behind. So look, Light Cruiser's obviously he's been drilling this F2 series a bit, I think, and he's showing his hand here.
yeah, Bruce is just making a pass Adam in the main straight to I don't know, is DRS activated on lap 3 as well?
Yeah, it's lap 3 as well, yeah.
Ooh, Head of Stevie gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Okay, that's an early pit. He must have picked up damage. So the guys do have to pit. It is 16 laps, but the guys will have to pit once during this race. So that'll be his one and only pit stop. He'll probably just try and grind it out for the win from last to first. I don't think that's going to happen here, but who knows? Yeah, Light Cruiser is just stretching his legs here. He's now up to almost 2 seconds on Daniko, but Push is doing pretty good. He's now up to third.
Yeah, Head of Stevie had a painfully slow pit stop. I mean, it's like I was saying, the pit stops are slower in Formula 2, but that was painfully slow. He got a front wing change, and then of course a set of new boots. So that'll be him now for the end of the race, so he can get his head down and grind the rest of these 14 laps.
Sorry, apparently now Tipsy is too quiet.
We'll get there. I have adjusted it there. Any close battles on track here at the minute?
Yeah, I'm just looking. The closest at the moment is Thimo and Verk. Thimo, Verk and Wempe at the moment is the closest. As the Light Cruiser is just literally taking off from the rest of the field. Yeah, so Varric is coming around to the main straight here, and he's going to get DRS and Wimpy, but then of course Thimo is going to get the DRS on Varric. In fact, I think Thimo will get the pass done on Varric here. Varric goes to defend the inside line, but then he moves across again the braking line for Thimo. No choice, up the inside, a bit of a lock up, and we do know after the last race in Baku that Thimo said he's going to have to get the elbows out, and we are seeing it. Of course, you don't want to be too aggressive, but this is a bit better racing from Thimo as he's going down the inside now. And Varric, this is a hard spot to overtake on, especially in Formula 2 cars with the understeering. But Varric is hanging it on there on the inside. I think Thimo's just got the move done. Yeah. Just at this little point here now, Varric might go for a little lunge. He's a bit too far back. Yeah, he's too far back. Although he's still, Varric's still sticking with him, so he's hanging on here for this next DRS zone. Don't know whether these cars can generate enough downforce and to get the pass done in such a short run to this straight. Now Thimo got a fantastic exit on him, and this DRS is going to be no use to Thimo at the moment, as we've got a yellow in sector 1 and 2. Any notion where that's coming from, people?
No idea at the minute. It's showing at Adrianov as 1 lap down for some reason.
Yeah, it's the same for me.
Maybe that's something to do with it, but yeah, I was playing a few practice sessions last night with Thimo. He is definitely very good at this track, and especially at that downhill. The downhill. The sharp hairpin corner. He gets a really good run out of there. So I think he's going to make up a good few positions here.
Although he may have to defend here up against Varric. Varric's going to have the DRS active now. We still have yellows in sector 1 and 2, although I think that's more people just running off wide, because the game instantly hits you with a yellow flag. Oh my goodness, Varric nearly missed his braking point there and ran into the back of Thimo, but he managed to get off the brakes early and go around him, so going to put a bit of a black spot on those front right.
We've also got Slash and Bertus, who I believe is Bascadino from previous SLR F1 seasons. They look like they've got a wee nice battle forming here. Just 0.5 in it at the minute. Oh, Danny Coe is actually caught up really a lot of time on Light Cruiser. They got down to 1 second. And
yeah, so he's caught just over half a second.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, we know Danny Coe is a very fast driver. He is susceptible to some incidents and some lag issues, but he is really doing well here in P2, closing in on Light Cruiser, so we may well have a race on our hands here, people.
Slassy's really pushing up on the back of Bertus here now, or Bascandino. He's obviously going to want to try and stay, as close as he can as he comes around these 2 final corners for the main straight. Oh, Slashy kind of cuts the corner there. Bertus, of course, ran a bit wide. But in a few moments here, we're going to get Slashy on Bascandino as we get another yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, Slashy really pushing it to the limit there. Oh, and he loses it.
Bit of drift going on there.
Yeah, that kind of just killed it all for him, because he had Bertus lined up there for the pass, and he just overcooked on the braking point. So there's a bit of a gap now forming up on all the people here, Chief. If you don't mind, I'll go to see if there's anything happening on the chat, Kitty.
No, nothing at the moment. So I will just take that opportunity to say, please give a like to the video, people. Thank you.
Of course. Smash the like button, people. You've heard it first from the Francaise. But what do you call it? Slashy's catching up now. He's making up that mistake he made on the last lap. He's closing this gap on Bertus. Oh, Bertus runs wide. Seems to be struggling a bit for this turning space, and it's compromising his line. But Slashy seems to be locking up a lot at the moment. I don't know whether that's just a spectator, but
yeah, and we've also got Thimo who's right on the back of the Wimpy now. He's gaps down to under 1 second. We'll see this hairpin here. You can see how great a run he gets out of there. He's caught up a lot of time there in that 1 corner alone. Down to 0.7. I think he may well try to line him up for a pass on the start-finish straight. I have to ask Kitty, are you disappointed in the lack of yeetage?
No.
No.
I do like carnage, but I can do without as well.
Yeah, I was expecting more, to be honest, in this series. As we were saying, it's a brand new venture for SLR, and we have got off to a rocky start with the the technical issues, but it looks like a good race so far. It's pretty clean for the most part. I know that, from racing these F2 cars that, if you push the car, you do have a kind of tendency to try and push the car, and that's whenever you see things like drifting and, losing the car under braking and stuff. So it's quite tempting to try to push the car. You just want to keep going faster, but you just need to have patience really in these cars.
Yeah. I think for the limited running I've done on the Formula 2, one of the things I noticed significantly about them is they're much easier on the brakes. You don't lock. Well, I didn't lock up, that often on the Formula 2 cars, so I think they're a bit more forgiving. But of course, I think the most noticeable difference is just the lack of, turning. It's a lot of it's very understeery cars.
Yeah, and look at Thimo's lining up 1B here at the hairpin. Let's see the run out he gets here. Looks like 1B got a tire on the curb, but not too bad. 1B might hold this position for now. Thimo does have DRS open, but it is not enough to close down 1B just yet. I think he will get him in start finish straight if he's able to hold on to the back of him though.
Maybe you can get him here. When I chose Wilmy, being nearly got a tire there. I've said it in the previous tier 2 race on Bahrain that inside curb, you just do not want to put a tire on it, and I'm sure it's the same in Formula 2 as well. You touch that and you are gone.
Yep. 5-second penalty for Pretorius. That is going to kill his race.
But Wimpy's actually got it in DRS. Oh no, never mind that. He comes into the pits.
Yeah, I'm on board with Light Cruiser Donny. He's in the pits, so he's the effective race leader. Danico, Light Cruiser's going for the undercut, it looks like, or Danico's going for the overcut, maybe. We'll see which one pays off here. So Light Cruiser out into 5th position then, with everybody ahead of him as yet to pit. Thimo up to 4th, actually, not bad, and Slash in 3rd.
So for me, I don't know if it was a spectator bug, but Wimpy seemed to be held in the pits for quite a significantly long amount of time. So whether that was him serving a time penalty, I'm not sure. But sitting nicely in P10.
Yeah, he's just leaving the pit now then. So P10 for him. He's 10 seconds behind Bertus. So 9 laps to go. I'll have to watch and see. So Danny's the one to watch right now because he is going to pit, I would say, this lap. And we'll see where he comes out then. Yep, he's heading into the pits. Danny Code just back from his holidays too, so maybe has a bit of a boost there.
Yeah, a bit. His mind has been mentally refreshed.
Yes.
To mount another challenge.
I heard he had some gammon while he was on holiday, so he's a happy boy. He loves his gammon, Danny boy.
So Verk and Enemy Killer were like literally riding on top of each other from my screen as Enemy Killer locks it up. Oh, he locks it up at the most difficult corner.
Oh, and
they're
actually teammates, so that's not great for them.
Yeah, you do not want to hit your teammate. As Nicolodes has got the DRS on push, but I think he's going to be too far back. Yeah, it's lagging badly for me. Oh, what's happening here? Oh my goodness, Adam! Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. From my screen here, Adam just came out of the pits and just drove right across the track in front of push, but I think that could have been a bug.
Yeah.
As we lost Pascandino.
Yeah, we have indeed, yeah. I don't know where he went off. I think it was the last corner. Yeah, he's went straight ahead at the last corner, it looks like.
Yeah.
So, Wimpy is up to P9. Thimo P8. Pretorius with that 5-second stop-go penalty he's dropped back to 7th.
Getting a bit of action, sorry, Chief, with P4 and 5 and 6.
Yeah.
They're really battling at him here for this P4 position. Now, if positions finished as the way they are, so Nickelodeus will start in what, third? So yeah, we'll start. Yeah, I think this is the closest battle at the moment between 4th, 5th, and 6th. Whilst we're waiting for this to kick off, Kitty, anything happening on the chat? Anybody want to know anything? No?
No, they're actually making my job very, very easy, so I can just back and relax.
Well, that's not what we want. We want our pound of flesh from Kitsune. This is only a one-off, people, so we get those comments coming in.
Make the most of it, yeah.
But we're going on to the main straight now, Chief, with Push. He's probably going to get DRS on, who is it, Adam, so let's see what happens. Yeah, he's too far back. Yeah, it's actually hard to kind of judge some of these distances anyway for me because of a lot of lagging, a lot of warping. I don't know if it's just the Formula 2 format online, whether it doesn't really work very well.
Yeah, that seems to be the way of it at the minute. It's very unstable. So we'll have to test it out a wee bit during the week to see if we can continue on. So far it doesn't look too bad now, but yeah.
Yeah, you kind of get wee spikes of lag.
Yeah, and the cars are kind of moving about a wee bit as well, aren't they?
Yeah. But hopefully we can get something sorted out, and then I can also just stream it myself and let you get back into your what car you driving, the Russian time car, and join your teammate.
Oh, is he going for a move? Push. It looked like he was going to go for a move there, but no, he didn't have enough speed on Adrianov.
Yeah, it's far better just to, you know, keep in the back end of him and wait for the DRS.
Yeah.
We're going to yellow in sector 3. Whereabouts is that? I just run down them all, don't see anything, so I think we might as well just stay on with Push here and Nickelodeus, not.
So the reverse grid thing, is that who's going to start first then if it finishes this way?
So if it finishes like this, it's the first 8 get reversed, so Thimo will start in P1.
That'll be excellent.
Oh, Push is really going for Adam here. Adam defends the inside line. Middle of the track, it could be a place they could defend against. Oh, my screen, they made contact, but no. Oh, Push now gets a bit too much on the green. Oh, so does Adam. They both do this exactly the same error, whereby they're just a bit too greedy on the throttle and the car's back end snaps on them, and Nickelodeus and Pretorius profit from that little mistake from Push and Adam.
Yep.
Of course, it's a bit of a bizarre, you know, scenario, because you want to finish as high as you can, but I mean, with the way it stands, Adam will be starting second now in the next race.
Yeah, so there's a bit of strategy to be considered.
And we're seeing in the Baku race just yesterday, Adam was our driver of the day, whereby, you know, he's not going to help his case by getting a 3 second time penalty, but yeah, well, he came P4, I think he came P3, P4.
Yeah.
So if Adam can start up near the front, he could well, you know, take off.
Another thing worth noting is Slash is yet to pit, so he's still leading this Grand Prix. He's having his light cruiser left position. Oh dear. Hopefully he can.
Is that a crash?
Yeah, hopefully he can rejoin. Or Slash gets a 5-second penalty for his triples. He is pitted. That's Light Cruiser, who has actually left this race, is just taking the lead of the race. You can see his car is ghosted there, so we hopefully will get him back in, and he will hopefully be able to continue this race. I'll see if I can send him a wee invite.
Yeah, Danny sees this as his chance. He is really pushing to catch that ghost. So Danny looking to maximize points here. Try to take advantage of Light Cruiser's it's probably technical issues. He's probably got crashed DirectX 12. It is a common thing at the moment. So we'll see what's going to happen here. So everyone's within just outside the 1 second range. The DRS not available for anyone as yet, with 5 laps to go. Whilst we're waiting on this, and we'll maybe get an update on Light Cruiser. Any word on the chat there, Kitty? Anybody want to ask anything?
No, we just got a couple of bro and a big rip, and Milosh asking Slash what the hell basically, what happened?
Yeah, that's probably what the hell for his 5 second time penalty in the pits. Yeah, I don't know why Slashy left it so late to come into the pits, but I mean it is the first race in F2, so I guess we're all learning really. As Pretorius has got the gap to Nickelodeus down to within DRS range as we are approaching the last corner. So looks like Pretorius, all being well, if he gets a good drive off this last corner here, Nickelodeus gets the turning, no problem. Bit of lag here for me. So Pretorius will get, oh no, I think he's just out to the DRS line. Yeah, he just missed it there on the DRS line, so he's gonna have to try again.
Who's that, Pretorius?
Yeah.
He actually got DRS. Yeah, his flaps.
Did he?
His flap is wide open. You'll be glad to hear.
Not on my screen.
Yeah, I got the beep. I don't know if it was just a graphical thing or whatever, but I did hear the beep, and then I saw his thing open, and he's got it open again for me. So.
Any word on Light Cruiser's issues, Chief?
No, but Danny Coe is about to make the pass, and he's taking the lead off the Grand Prix. So unless Light Cruiser can come back pretty quick, it looks like Danny Coe is got this race in the bag for now. It's unfortunate to see a race kind of won this way, but I'm very happy for Danny Coe though, because I mean it's a long time coming. Hopefully he can nurse his car home in the lead position and win this race.
So Pretorius is even closer now. He was down to 0.9 of a second, but now he's at 0.6. It's just the drive off the last corner where Pretorius was struggling in the previous laps. So hopefully he can get it together and maybe get a pass on Nickelodeus for P3.
Yeah. Well, one thing I noticed in the practice sessions I took part in was, you know, for some reason, maybe it's just because it's a brand new kind of venture, but I could really notice when people were good in a certain sector and then they weren't so good in another sector. Like Thimo was really good in sector 2, but at sector 3 I was kind of catching him a bit, so it seems to be if you've any weaknesses or whatever, they're kind of amplified a bit more in F2. As people are getting the grips with the game, but we'll probably see as the season develops that people get stronger and stronger, and Pretorius is close right up on Nickelodeus. He's about to go into the DRS zone here if he can get a good exit. He runs off the curb there, he wants to get the slipstream. Nickelodeus going for the defensive move already. Maybe another yellow flag out, but Pretorius has made the move stick on the outside. Great move from him. He's cleared Nickelodeus by quite a margin there already.
Yeah, and during that battle we seem to have lost Verk.
So two drivers out then.
So 3 laps to go. As things stand, the team will be starting P1 in the sprint race.
And Danny Coe in P1, that's huge. I'm so happy for him.
You know, Pretorius is more like, oh, Light Cruiser has just joined, as I was about to say that Pretorius might actually gain P2 here, but I think as soon as Light Cruiser joins, he's going to find himself under pressure immediately to defend this P2 position.
Yeah, but Light Cruiser's car is still ghosted, so he hasn't taken control. It's still ghosted, so he hasn't taken control of his car yet, so he is losing a lot of time here to Pretorius and could lose out on P2 and P3 possibly by the end of the Grand Prix.
Well, P2 certainly looking like it's going to go up, but he may just be able to hang on for P3. Also considering the fact that Nickelodeus has got a time pound. Okay, so Light Cruiser, if you want to Take control of your car, man. You need to do it soon.
And Push as well is he's giving Nickelodeus a run for his money, and P4 and P5 these two are running.
Yeah, I think Prix is actually going to jump Nickelodeus on the grid, the standings, because Nickelodeus got a penalty. But Pretorius is right on the back of this Ghost now of Light Cruiser, so I mean it's only a few more corners and P2 will be lost for Light Cruiser. Wonder does he know how to take control of the car? I'm sure he does.
You think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Kitty, any action in chat?
No, you see, whenever I'm not in the chat, then it's kind of dead. I think only Milosh and Slash actually are talking right now, but nothing worth mentioning. Except Slash saying that he has to keep Thimo 5 seconds behind now.
So how has Slash been able to chat and race?
That's exactly what Milosh just asked.
This probably
Slashy is just something else, like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Light Cruiser.
Talent.
Yeah, Light Cruiser's still ghosted. He's dropping down the order, so he has not been able to take control of that car. It's unfortunate to see.
If I could just touch on what Kitty was saying there, Kitty, that you can still get involved with the chat. You get your action going there, but you just can give us
I see there's a wild bounce has appeared.
Oh, hello, Bounce.
Hello, Mr. Bounce. Oh, there's a battle going on up ahead here between Nickelodeus and Pretorius. My goodness, I just missed that. Pretorius is all over the screen for me in terms of lag. But, yeah, he's down to 0.3 of us. So this P2, this is not decided just yet, Chief? With only, just over 1.5 laps?
Yeah, there's plenty of action developing right now, yeah.
Oh, Pretorius is right on the back of him. I think he's going to go for a wee lunge here. If he gets the up. So my screen, they are hitting each other on the back.
Yeah, I think Pretorius is having big technical issues here. He's lagging all over the show, and I know he was having issues as host of the game in the F2 series, so I think it's compromised his race here. And he did serve that 5-second time penalty in the pits, isn't it? Isn't that right?
That's right, yeah, that's right. Oh, Danny, 3 seconds. But his position is secured, so...
Yeah, he doesn't want to throw this away now. On the penultimate lap. So it looks like we're going down to the wire with this battle. We've got looks like a 4-way battle between Adrianoff, Push, Nickelodeus and Pretorius.
Oh my goodness!
Contact.
That's going to compromise his position, his run out of this final lap. But this is it. This is where you're going to have to make your moves, boys, if you want anything. Get as close as you can for the DRS zone. They're not going to be close enough, but I think Push might go for a lunge here at the last minute. No, he backs up. Oh, Nickelodeus turns in. Oh, no, it wasn't too bad. It looked like it was a bit early here, but this is a good chance now for Nickelodeus and the DRS to close up. He'll not catch Pretorius on this DRS, but if he can close the gap for the next one, because the final straight, well, it is possible to get someone in the last corner. I remember I got Magnussen, keyboard Magnussen on the Bahrain race. But anyway, yeah, this is getting really juicy. Adam right on the back of Push right on the back of Nickelodeus pretty much on the back of Pretorius. So this is all action for these last 2 podium positions. I hope you're all getting this. I hope you got this on the stream, Chief.
Yep, I'm riding on board with this 4-way battle. It's very tense. Any of these guys know that they make one mistake and that's it, game over. But they're keeping it tidy on track at the minute, and it doesn't look like there is going to be a change of position unless anyone makes a big mistake here in this last sequence of corners. And I just want to go. Oh, and Nickelodeus goes very wide on the final corner, or the second last corner.
Get ready, you might see a little dive here from one of these cars, maybe Adam, maybe... Oh,
Adam's going for it! What a lunge!
No,
Push gets the position back. So indeed, Danico takes his first victory in SLR league racing. Good job for him. Good job for him.
Quite unbelievably, like Cruiser's Ghost still finishes in 6th.
Flex.
Big flex. Oh, Slashy unserved time penalty of 5 seconds. Wonder how that affects us. But if this is our grid, then Wimpy is Thimo is starting in P1, Slashy P2, and Light Cruiser, who's not here at the moment, P3.
Yep, and that's going to be good. And then you got Danico, who's going to be P8 then, so he'll have to make his way through the field. So that'll be a one to watch.
Any action, Kitty, on the chat in terms of our first feature race of
Bones just mentioned how fantastic Danico is, and I totally agree with him. He also asked why Chief asked him to race whenever the race starts before he even gets home. But that's about it. Just that Danico is a real gamer.
So there you are, Chief. You've got some explaining to do to Mr. Bance, it seems.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know his working hours.
Maybe Bance, if you want to publish your working hours, we can arrange our invites according to those.
You should jump in for the sprint race. That'd be epic. So there we go. Danico with his first league race win. Probably one of many to come, I'm sure. We all know he's a very, very fast driver. He just hasn't been able to show his full potential so far, but this F2 series it's come together for him. So
it's also important to note that Light Cruiser's got the fastest lap.
Oh, so that's right. You get points for that as well. Is it 4 points?
Fastest lap is 2 points. Bance is asking for an invite, but Bance, you can just join on either myself or Chief's name. Or, I don't know if Sonia wanted to send him an invite. Oh, hang on, I'll see if I can get an invite.
That's right, I sent him one. He needs to join quick, though. 20 seconds on the timer.
So Deathfire's joined. Any idea who Deathfire is?
No, he left again, thankfully. I have no idea who that is. So here we go. Here we go indeed. So this is going to be how long?
So it's usually 50% off a feature race. So that was 16 laps. So it should be what, about 8 laps?
And is there how do pit stops factor into that then?
No pit stops, no tire change.
Oh, right. Okay, so that's why it's called the sprint race. Okay, I get you.
8 laps of just full attack, sexy racing.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, while we're waiting on this, how did you find your first feature race?
Very, very easy.
Oh.
So that.
Sorry, Kitty.
Okay,
right.
Bye.
Lights are just off. The Thimo has taken off. Oh, Light Cruiser got a fantastic launch of the line as Bance joins and then leaves the session again. We've got a bit of RG going in the background. We've got who's that? Oh my goodness, I can't keep trying. Oh, they're touching around the first corner. We've got a car off in the background. Who is that? Oh, there's a big crash at the back. Verk, I think, was caught up in an accident there.
Yeah, Danico as well.
Oh, we got a big crash.
Oh!
I think he may have got picked up. Oh, God, no! Oh, car reversing on track. My goodness.
Oh,
What was that? Flashy.
Whoever it was did a Grosjean. They went right across the track.
Yeah. That was all happening too quick for me to keep. My mind couldn't keep up. Oh,
Yeah.
we've got a great battle here between Nickelodeus, Pretorius, and Thimo. Thimo's lost out P1 down to P3. As Thimo and Pretorius are fighting each other, they're literally inside each other on my screen.
Yeah, same here, yeah. This is strange to call, but yeah, it looks like Thimo has came out there on top. So Thimo in P2, Light Cruiser back in his usual position of P1 for now. Hopefully he can stay in that car for the rest of the race.
Danico running way wide, going round the outside of his teammate Bascandino or Bertus, and he looks like he's got the move done. Oh, Bertus is still on the inside. Danico locks up the inside wheel. Oh, it's getting pretty tight, but yeah, they're holding on, but they're going side by side down the Chief. Bertus and Danico are going side by side with Burke lurking in the background. Someone's going to have to give this because 2 into 1 does not go down. And Hannah Stevie comes out of nowhere.
I did not see that coming. What the hell?
But amazingly, Bascandino and Danny are still running side by side as Burke is just lurking right in the middle, and it looks like it's going to be a forced into his sandwich. Oh, a bit of lag. What's going to happen here? Burke's going to have to lift off the brakes before he runs into the back of Bertus. Oh my goodness, this is kicking off. They're still side by side on my screen, Danico and Bascandino.
Oh, Danico gets a good run out though. Looks like he's going to take the position back. So Danico from last to 6th in as much as 1 lap. So,
but Bascandino is really hanging on here, Chief, on the outside. But yeah, Danico's pretty much got the move done. Although it's not completely.
Oh, contact!
Oh, no!
Oh, that was Bertus, one right into the back of Danico, and Danico. Oh, Bertus actually has gone way off track now. I think Danico as well has suffered from that. So there's no team orders at. I was going to say Force India. I have no idea.
What is that? I have it here. That's BWT Arden.
Yeah, so Danico in P7th, but I wonder if there's damage as well at play here. I did see some debris coming off.
Enemy killers off at the background. At the back, he lost the game. Enemy killer seems to be really struggling as Wemby just slips past.
We have a nice battle up here in P5, P4, and P3.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Nickelodeus one wide?
Nickelodeus, yeah. I mean, I would cut the kitty here to see what's happening on the chat, but there's too much action. Oh, but Thimo and Nickelodeus cut that corner. I thought they were going to take the back end of Pretorius, but this is game on now. Nickelodeus will have the run on Thimo. Thimo has a run on Pretorius. DRS is not active just yet. Pretorius is taking the defensive line in the distance, trying to get out of the DRS or the slipstream. Thimo going down the inside, makes contact with Pretorius, and does Thimo lose it? Thimo has lost 2 positions in that one move. As we said, Thimo was going to get the elbows out, but to his benefit that time. But Nickelodeus still isn't out of the woods yet, as Push is literally pushing on the back end of him here. Sorry, Chief, if I'm rambling here.
No, it's good. I'm listening. It's very captivating. It's a lot of action happening in this race. I do like it. I like it. So Pretorius is leading this little gap, and he's just doing enough to just kind of stay in front, but he's not really taking advantage of these 3 guys battling. He's trying to stretch the lead. Yeah,
So
sorry, I just switched to Danico. Danico's making a play on Hedis Davis for P6, and he gets a good run out of the hairpin. I think he's got DRS, so it looks like he may be able to take him before the next corner. He's lining him up. Oh, he thinks better of it, tucks in behind him. And it looks like a matter of time before Danico gets that position. Oh, he's squeezed out wide there, but holds it nicely and tries to go up the inside. And interestingly, I'm seeing some different tire choices here. You know, you've got Hedis Davis on the mediums, and Danico and most of the other guys are on the hard tire.
Yeah, but Danico's got the run on him here, and so he's... I don't know what's going on here, but Danico has got the run on Hedis Davis with the DRS zone activated. Hedis Davis going very defensive on the inside line. He moves across the squeeze. Danny is just going to work up. Burke's got a good view of this. He's lurking in the back. Oh, Hedis Davis gets a big tank slapper from the back end, but he controls it nicely. And he continues to battle on with Danny. Yes, sir.
I have a feeling that Hedis Davis just hit the clutch there. He snatched the neutral, I think, because his car it almost stopped there right as he took that corner of the hairpin. He looks like he's struggling a little bit to keep control of that car. But Danico up to 6th.
Meanwhile, Chief, we just missed I know it must have been a pass there on Push on Nickelodeus, because he's now up to P3.
Thimo keeping these guys honest in P5 as well, so he's just biding his time behind these three and just waiting for someone to make a mistake.
You know, might have to wait until the main straight here to see any action. Anything happen on the chat there, Kitty?
No, just don't mind me. Enjoying the carnage.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure. We'll have to keep in touch with the audience.
Is there?
Yes, of course. I will let you know if anything happens. Don't worry.
Is there a French word for carnage, Kitty?
Carnage.
Oh, do you just say it in a French accent?
Exactly. It's the same word.
Il y a carnage. Oh, Adam Bush makes a pass on. But never mind that actually, because we've got the nickel push right on the back of Pretorius. He goes for a lunge on the inside. They just about void contact with Pretorius. Was he going to get the move done? Then running side by side here. Where is Pretorius? Oh, Pretorius has lost it. He's into the wall. I don't know what happened there. I just missed it. Oh, he's left the session. He must have been raging with that. I think that is a potential rage quit there by Mr. Pretorius. He will be really peed off, maybe with himself. I don't know what happened there, but the race continues on. Nickelodeus is now on the back off push. And like Cruiser, meanwhile, this action is going on. He stretched the gap to 9 seconds.
Yeah.
So a clear gap in the, I don't want to say skill, but a clear gap in speed and I suppose knowledge really on Formula 2 cars at the moment.
Yeah, he's definitely got the jump on these guys for now. He definitely would have won that first race if it hadn't been for those technical issues. So, but Danny Coe has been the biggest winner here. He was down in last after that first lap incident, and now up to P5 and closing in on Thimo and Nickelodeus and push.
Yeah, Nickelodeus is going to get the DRS here. So push moves over to the inside line to defend him, then he moves back over Torrey trying to get out of the DRS, or sorry, the slipstream. There is the activation line there now, so that will, or sorry, the recognition sign for the DRS. So let's see how defensive Push is going to go. He's going very defensive, running up to the wall. This is going to be a late lunge by Nickelodeus. If anything, he maybe might want to wait. Yeah, Push defends that well.
I think Nickelodeus will get a better run out here. He's got a better line.
Yeah, yep.
DRS open now. He might go for a lunge here. Looks like he's going to have to go for the outside move. And he's overcooked it on that turn, sliding a little bit. They're too wide as they go for the chicane. And Nickelodeus is off track and just managing to keep side by side with Push, but Nickelodeus is struggling here.
Yeah, so I think according to race rules, because he went off track and was in front, he should really give it back, but then he did take it. Push did get in front temporarily, so I think he's within his rights to take that position back. Oh,
yeah.
There was a lot of action this.
Yeah, I know. Imagine with 20 cars. And Danny Coe is actually benefiting from these three fighting here. Oh, as Thimo almost went into the back of Push and had to take evasive action and went off track there, so he's dropped back a bit. So Danny Coe will now be able to see Thimo up the road, and it will just fuel his fire to push on and maybe get himself on the podium. Maybe.
So Push is really close now to Nickelodeus. He's gonna, unless he needs to get this exit right, which he does a pretty good job, not too hard on the throttle. He gets a good run out. He's really close to him. This is the closest he's been, I think, at this point. Nickelodeus not defending just yet. He's probably going to wait to see what Push is going to do. I think he's not even going to bother fighting it this time. Yeah, he's not even bothering this time. Although he's going for the cutback on him, but oh my goodness! That was a bit hairy there. That was a clenched buttocks moment there for Nickelodeus. Although that's actually Thimo benefits for that, because he's now able to catch up in the back of these two.
100%, and Danny Coe is within 3 seconds now of this bunch are fighting hard, so it's playing right into his hands. Yeah, he can actually see them quite clearly ahead now, so that will spur him on, no doubt.
I mean, there's not much happening else on this track in case anybody's worried about, you know, we're not showing anyone else, but there's quite a healthy gap between all the racers, all the drivers, so this is the closest battle at the moment between Nickelodeus and Push and Thimo.
Yeah, Thimo's got that gap down to under half a second now, so he is well in the mix now, and this is for podium, so it's all to play for. I mean, there's plenty of points on the table here for these guys, and it's just a matter of who can keep it clean and fast and consistent. As Light Cruiser just lays down the law again over 142.4, the fastest lap of the race. Thimo taking a lot of curb there in the final corner.
So that'll be a complete 4 points for Light Cruiser in terms of fastest laps. 2 points for the previous race, 2 points this race.
Nicely done, nicely done. Points mean prizes.
Yeah, so a P6 for Light Cruiser in the last race, and then fastest lap, and then a P1 and fastest lap, so he's like points haul galore. Oh, Nickelodeus trying to go on the outside of Push. It is possible, but not this time.
Yeah, it's a big ask going around the outside. You can sometimes get it if you get the traction right, but it is difficult. It's a bit more slidier on the outside. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Is that Ferk? I saw a car going off there, or Enemy Killer, I think it was.
Enemy Killer is really struggling, so he is.
So we've got 4 laps left, and these guys are fighting as hard as ever. Danny Coop's still just around 3 seconds off the pace here, or off these 2 second, third, and fourth runners. He's got 4 laps.
Sorry, Chief, I was just saying it was only like a few laps ago where I said that Light Cruiser was 9 seconds ahead. He's now 14.6 seconds. I mean, the guy is on a mission. So if any of these boys are going to do anything, they need to start squeezing up, because they are running out of laps fast. But Nickelodeus is on the back of Push. DRS zone activated now. Here we go. Push has got a really good run off that final corner, so I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, he's too far back.
Yeah,
so that seems to be sorry, Chief. That seems to be the common trend at the moment. Oh, his team nearly lost the back end of it there. The common trend at the moment whereby they kind of stretching the gap between each other, and then the DRS zones closes them all up, but then the gap keeps stretching, so sort of like a yo-yo effect at the moment. Wimpy's just gonna.
Oh, Burtis is out. Burtis is out.
I'm gonna run on Pretorius' ghost to see if we can get a view. Oh, Burtis is in the wall.
And Wimpy up to 7th there. Some fly past Pretorius there. So he is in points.
Burtis is in the wall at turn 2. Well, he's gone now.
I've went off there many a time. Yeah, you just. It's all about like the exit out of the first corner, and you can just so easily overcook it, especially in the lower gears.
Yeah, Thimo's really pushing this for these last few laps. He's really throwing this car into the corners, going for everything he can. But see, this is where they start closing up, right? Start closing up. Run down to this final corner. I'm gonna go on board with Nickelodeus here. Run down to this final corner, although Push has stretched that middle gap. He's just got the DRS zone, so Push gets a good exit here. Oh, as Nickelodeus gets it almost really long, really goes into the wall, but that's going to give Thimo a good run on him here. Thimo's going to should have a speed advantage, depending on how well his launch off the line is. Nickelodeus is weaving a little bit, but Thimo not close enough to capitalise. So it's, I mean, they are, and Thimo runs off track there. They are kind of negating each other's gaps here, and I think this may well be our grid with only what 2 laps to go. We've got yellow sector 1. Oh, yes, we have. Enemy killers off again. That's about the 4th time I've seen him off. He's really struggling for the just to keep his car basically straight. It keeps spinning on him. It is an easy thing to do with these Formula 2 cars. How are you finding the racing so far, Kitty?
It's good. It's slightly different, but it's not bad. Just the chat is a bit quiet, but there was some carnage, so I'm happy.
Come on, people, get involved in the chat. We're going to try and build this format of Formula 2, but of course, it is nothing without the audience, so get those comments in, people. And don't forget to smash the like button.
Nickelodeus going wide on the penultimate corner, and Thimo is closer than ever behind him. He smells blood right now. Nickelodeus going wide again.
Yeah, this is it here. Now Thimo needs to make this stick. So, Nickelodeus knows he's about to get under attack here. He moves to the inside line. Oh, a bit of weaving, but Thimo's going for a really smart, brave move. Goes on the inside, forces him down the outside. Thimo's now got the racing, he's got the inside line. He's gonna, how much is he gonna squeeze? Oh, a bit of wheel banging here. Nickelodeus is forcing him back, but Thimo will have DRS again, and Nickelodeus goes to the inside, isn't he? Oh, he's really covering that inside line. He's learned from Thimo's last move. If Thimo, he could go on the outside, but what he could have done there is he could have slammed on the brakes and done the cutback on Nickelodeus. That's a move always worth a chance, worth a shot here. He's going to get one more chance in the DRS coming up, and then one lap left. So Thimo kind of showed Nickelodeus what he was thinking there by selling him the dummy and going up the inside. Nickelodeus learned from it the second time around. Drivers do learn very quickly what you're up to.
It's a lot of pressure having the driver so close behind you throughout a race, so I wonder if the pressure's starting to get to Nickelodeus.
Well, this is going to test the guy's metal and the guy's nerve. We'll see what he's made of. But it also tests the guy behind too, to not make a mistake to catch. But it's a little easier for the guy behind because it's just all or nothing. Basically, Thimo has everything to gain in front of him, and Nickelodeus has everything to lose behind him.
And they need to be careful because Danico is now 1.6 behind him.
Yeah, I don't think Danico is going to catch him just on the race pace as it is. There's going to have to be something drastic happen between these two. Thimo kind of gets it wrong that last corner. He will catch up in the DRS, although I don't think he's going to be close enough. Here we go. No. So if he can get him here, but he needs to be right on the back end of him.
He is quite close. Actually, got a nice run out from the first corner. He's got DRS. He's going for the inside. Is he going to lunge up the inside?
Too far back.
Yeah.
Nickelodeus didn't even bother defending that because he kind of knew that he was too far back. Although if he can stay really close here on Nickelodeus, going around these next two corners round to the left, he can go to the right hand side. Is Nickelodeus going to cover it? Nickelodeus is going in contact. They touch. Just as I called it, Nickelodeus covered the inside line.
Thimo stopped the car. I think he's letting Nickelodeus take the position back there, which is nice to see. But Danico into third.
Just as I said, hanging on the back end if anything happened. So Nickelodeus kind of knew that was coming, and he defended the inside line. I mean, racing incident for me, really, that one.
I reminded me a wee bit of what was that one? Vettel and Verstappen a little bit. Yeah.
But fair play to Thimo. It's the kind of thing that I kind of call for. I know some people, I know Bance was kind of saying, it's not always the case you let the guy go, which I can see his point, but in incidents like that, whenever the guy behind hits you and you're off track, I think it's a decent thing to do to let the guy go. Oh, it's Nickelodeus. Danny must have had an issue because Nickelodeus is right on the back of Danny here. We go around the final corner, but Nickelodeus runs really wide. Ooh. That's going to secure the move for Danny. I don't think Danny's any penalties, so yeah, we finish as you are. So Light Cruiser finishes with a 16.366 of a second lead over. The Charles Leclerc of Formula 2 today,
Indeed, indeed. He is
except without the engine failure.
sends a message out to all the drivers in F2. This is the guy to beat.
So Danny Coe actually, do you know what? In all things considered, Danny Coe finished first and third. Light Cruiser finished sixth and first, but with 2 fastest laps. So I think it could be pretty nip and tuck in terms of the championship lead between Light Cruiser and Danny Coe.
Yeah, it is gonna be tight on it, yeah.
I don't know, for some reason my cheeks are hurting me after all this talking.
Which
Maybe I
cheeks?
talk too much. So yeah.
You did get a bit excited there.
But there was, I mean, I don't think anyone would disagree. There was quite a lot of action there, more action in that than we normally see in a Formula One race.
I agree. Some meeting there. I think there's a few reports to be made. So I think Slash suggested for a channel just for reports, if possible, on the Discord, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll do that. Slash, thanks for your suggestion. Your feedback is important to us.
As a valued member of the racing community.
Yeah, indeed.
But so there we are. There's our three drivers on the podium. I don't know if we're going to do any interviews yet, are we, Chief?
Let me see if there's anybody about. Give me 2 seconds.
Today.
Yes, we do. We have someone we can move them in right now. Hello, Thimo.
I don't want to talk about it. Oh God, no.
Well, Timo,
Well, we do want to talk about him,
choice,
the man at the moment. What happened? You did a Vettel, man, on a proof you're stopping out there?
What are we talking about right now?
Very end with Nickelodeon.
The very end, did I? Yeah, I probably did a Vettel. I was tucked in behind him because I think he got a bad run out of there and I got a very good one, and then I thought, let's throw it into the hairpin, and he blocked the inside, which of course he had the right to do, and then I just misjudged my braking because it's an F2 car. I don't quite know how these work yet, and I was behind him and I didn't see my brake marker, so I just rammed into the back of him, and I'm very sorry for that, and I don't really know. It feels bad.
Well, you shouldn't feel bad, Timo, because I was actually calling it on the stream that you were going to have a chance on that corner down the inside, but it was all dependent on whether Nickelodeon was going to defend it, and he did, and you were catching with such pace that you kind of really didn't have much to do or anywhere to go in that point because you were just so close, and you had in your mind, you had your decision decided. You were going to the inside, and so did Nickelodeon. Yeah. So
it's normally not a corner that really gets defended.
Yeah. Well, I would always, if I have someone right on my back end, I'm always in defend that inside line.
So, Timo, how was it? Just as general kind of experience, compared to the F1 league racing we do. I know it was the first time we've done it. There was a big technical issue at the start, but I mean, it was very enjoyable from our point of view. A bit of a, shorter. You got 2 races; they're a lot shorter. Especially the sprint race, without the pit stop, kind of made things interesting. Versus the race to the flag, then. But how was it from your point of view?
It was okay. So first of all, the technical issues were, of course, a bit not ideal. And then when it finally got going, the first race really didn't go too well for me. But the good thing about it was that I could say, okay, I've got 2 race. It's not all of the race weekend. Like I can come back from this next race, and so basically my target was then just get as close to sprint race pole as possible, and actually I did get sprint race pole because people died. I don't know. So I think it's a refreshing. It's very refreshing having more close racing, and you can still salvage something for the day if you have an incident at the first lap, like I did in today's feature race. So I like the new format.
Yeah, it was kind of refreshing from my point of view. I was going to take part in it, but there was there's a few technical issues. which prevented that. So hopefully next race I will join in on the action and give you a run for your money. We're having some great battles last night in practice, myself and yourself. You got the better of me that time, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. What's the next track then,
Yeah.
Thimo? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's Baku.
Baku. Oh, awesome. Great.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if I can attend in the future because Friday just is a bit critical for me. And actually, I don't really want to cut this so short, but I've got to head out.
Yeah,
Actually.
not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay.
Not a problem. Well, thanks for joining us on the chat. We will move you back
No problem.
in to Gentleman's Lounge. We'll catch you later, man. Take it easy.
Yeah. Bye.
Bob, we have one more guy wanting the interview. It is I think it's Nickelodeus, who's joining us now. Hi, Nickelodeus, here now on the broadcast with myself, Tipsy, and Kitsune. How was your race?
I mean, future race was great. Qualified before, then jumped to P3. I've fallen off the start. I mean, I feel like it was P6. Then my teammate and Push, I think it was, made both a mistake, and I got to P3 and I defended with elbow shot and yeah, got myself up to the podium. Now, in sprint race, it was where the hell happened for me. I mean, I got an excellent start and was P3, I think. I don't know if the broadcast showed it. Last lap, Thimo tried to overtake me and crashed into me. And yeah, we both spun and Danny got past us and finished P3. I don't know if the broadcast showed this, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, we
frustrating
actually
for me.
got most of your battles, Nickelodeus, on the stream because you and Timo and Push were the closest battles on track, so it is on the stream. And it was kind of almost predictable that coming together because it was the last lap and Timo had to do something, and it is a known place to go down the inside. You had the right to defend it. I think it's just a racing incident more than anything.
Yeah, I don't know. The FIO will decide the future of this incident, but yeah, it was pretty frustrating for me when I was about to have another podium, and yeah, it got destroyed like that. But it's okay. I apologize to him also about my behavior, and we're all good. Next race.
Good to see, man. And I think we are going to open up a reports channel. So if you do have any incidents you want to report, they will be. You can do that after the race ends. So we do advise, like most guys do anyway, but we do recommend people record their race, or you've got the broadcast stream. You can also use that as evidence. Obviously it's early days for the F2 series. It's the first race we've ever done, and it was quite messy in parts, but hopefully, what I find anyway is as the season develops, then you can kind of take out the bad drivers and just keep adding in good drivers with good racecraft. So it should promote clean racing, and we should kind of tidy it up as the season progresses. So the fact that the next race is Baku kind of worries me a little bit. But it's going to be interesting to see the F2 cars on the Baku track. That definitely will be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I did my job. I defended my line, so it's not my fault that he missed just his break. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that incident you had with Thimo at the end of the sprint race, and it very much looked like a Vettel Verstappen at Silverstone type of.
Yeah, exactly. That was I think the first at the exact same time I spun. It was a Vettel Verstappen incident.
Yeah.
I did my job. I defended my line, so I don't think it's my fault or something.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was just hard racing. These things happen. Thimo.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing. So that's why I think also it was a racing incident. But I don't know if the stewards are gonna go do something. But of course, I'm gonna report it as an incident, and then the stewards will.
Yeah.
Well, all you can do, man, is just get your any footage that you have, just post it in the incident discussion, and the FIA will just take care of it.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, that's what I say. I say if you want clean racing, report bad driving. That's
Exactly.
the only way we can do anything about it is if you get it reported.
Yeah, I mean, Timo is an excellent driver. It was
Yeah,
just a but yeah, you understand.
yeah, it happens. Like everybody, we all make mistakes, and it
Yeah, I mean, I
is.
don't blame Timo of being a dirty driver or a bad driver or
Yeah,
something like that. He's an excellent driver, but
unlike
yeah,
Vettel.
it was just the time. Yeah, exactly. Uh, yeah,
But don't worry about it, man. It'll get sorted. We don't need to get started on the stream. The FIA will take care of it anyway. But you did a great race. So you did. So I think you could be proud of yourself. P3, I think you got. Or no, was it Danny? I think Danny
yeah, I'm
got
very
P3.
happy because I consider myself not a fast driver. I'm in midfield to last places, and that's why I got so excited in the future race. It was a huge achievement for me, and it gives me great confidence to continue do this and trying and keep trying.
Yeah, an unknown fact about you to most people would be that you've actually dipped your toes into the commentary booth. Are you still interested in doing the commentary, or are you more focused on racing now?
Not really. Now I see myself. I got up with league racing, so I think I will stick to racing now.
Yeah. Well, you
A
showed
good time.
you showed you can put on a good show. So look forward to future races involving yourself. Um, but thanks for joining us on the stream. Very much look forward to the next race, and I'll move you back into the other chat. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
All the best. Cheers, man. Okay. So I think
I don't
we.
like this idea, Chief, of someone trying to push me out here.
I'm always on the lookout for commentators like they're like hen's teeth.
I thought I was doing all right, getting a wee bit of a following. You're looking rid of me already? What?
No,
I
of
reckon
course
that's what
not. Of course
you're
not.
doing here.
You're making your mark as you're after Terror's #1 spot as commentator.
What do you mean after it? I've already got it.
You're
Of
getting
course,
there.
Dave
You're
Terry
getting
is a
there.
top quality commentator.
Yeah. Oh, he's second to none. He's just natural at it in there.
There's a reason why Tara commentates tier 1 and I'm tier 2.
Well, I did commentate with Terra once in the tier 1 race, and I found myself just listening to him most of the time and not really saying anything. I was just like, this is so good. I'm actually I'm in the commentary booth watching a race with Terra just directly in my ear commentating. I'm like, I don't need to say anything. I don't want to ruin this experience for anyone. But yeah, so we've got Baku next race. Yeah, I mean, we'll have a look at the points before the next race. We'll maybe get some graphics that we can put up on screen to show where the standings are at the minute. But it looks like Danico and Light Cruiser are leading the field at the minute, and it's going to be interesting to see how this develops over the season. It is a bit shorter than the F1 full calendar. I believe is it 10 tracks maybe? It's around
I
about
think
that.
so, yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a shorter season, but yeah, that's all from us for now. Hopefully next week, Tipsy will be the main commentator, and we're not sure who's going to be joining him on the commentary team, but I'm very much looking forward to racing in the series and hopefully making a good show of it. Judging by today's events, I've got my work cut out for me. But if I can get my point, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I have to say thanks to you, Chief, because I had everything prepared and planned and all the testing done of the stream. And then as soon as I tried to go live, just the game wouldn't show. So I want to thank you for coming out of this your potential race and had to help me out. But I also want to thank Mrs. Kitsune for finally overcoming the shyness, because we've been trying to get on this for a while, joining us for the chat. But just a bit disappointed that people didn't get involved a bit more to give her stuff to say.
Yeah, well,
It's okay.
sorry,
It's
go
okay.
ahead.
I had my fun. Yeah, so I had my fun. I hope people enjoy it, and I'm actually glad that Chief helped you out, because it would have been quite difficult for you otherwise, since nobody really asked any question. But well, no, it was fun.
Yeah, maybe you'll make a return to the commentary box sometime in the future. Maybe.
Oh, who knows? Who
We'll
knows?
see. We'll see. I'll start saving up some money.
Can we, before you finish the stream, can we, before you finish the stream, can we get Kitty signing off, but get her to do it in French?
Oh la la! Yes, that sounds epic. Go for it, Kitty.
So,
The
Kitty, you
stage is
can
yours.
literally say anything you want in French as long as you don't say anything.
Ok, merci à tous d'avoir regardé la course. J'espère que vous avez bien profité, et que vous êtes contents. J'espère vous revoir bientôt. Bonne soirée à tous.
And that's it, Chief. You can hit the big stop.
Bonne nuit. I was gonna say bonjour. I thought that was French for goodbye for a second there. That shows you how.
No, I said bonne soirée. Bonne soirée is good evening.
That's
Okay,
right.
there we go. French lesson number
Bonsoir,
1.
eh?
Okay, well, au revoir.
Au revoir, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Chief. Thanks to Kitty. Thanks to everybody.